We have a very nice Arizona, most of its life, 3/4 ton LLY Duramax here. And we're going to be doing some upgrades to it. And I want to kind of document some of this. I think this helps some folks out there. This is your fuel filter housing. This is your fuel filter primer. It should be very, very hard. I don't know if you kind of can tell with the redness in my fingers, but it kind of pumped up there a little bit. So we have a rebuild kit from Merchant Automotive. We're going to do it. We're also going to convert it from a factory AC Delco 10 micron filtration to, I believe, a 2 micron filtration. Some of them out there are 5 micron, but I believe the cat filter is a 2 micron, and I'll show you that in a minute. We're also going to change 6 of these low pressure fuel hoses here. So there's 2 here. There's 2 down in the valley, and I'll probably do a video later on it. And on the LLY, if I can get it in the... It's right here. I know the lighting's not great. It's a little out of focus. But right there is basically a horseshoe. And I'll show you the hoses once I pull them out. But they are very weather cracked. I believe them to be original. And as it goes into winter, we're in November now here in southern Missouri, those cracks will open up basically as the rubber constricts and shrinks, and you will get a crank no start in the morning. And I've owned several of these trucks, and I've experienced this personally as well as for different customers. And you'll have to come out here and prime the crap out of your primer ball. So not only are we going to replace the seals in here, but there's another hose here, there's another hose here, there's the third one over there, and then there's 3 down in the valley of the engine. So we're going to have all of that apart. While we have that apart, we're going to have to crack into the cooling system, so we're going to service it. We have some power steering leakage, significant leakage if you will. I don't know that I can get it here but you can see the hoses. You know, they've been leaking for quite a while, quite a bit of buildup on the Hydro Boost system. And then down from underneath, you can see that the hoses that run from the pump, instead of a traditional vacuum boosted brake booster, diesel's, vacuum isn't really part of the picture as far as the engine on a lot of these. So they run a Hydro Boost system, as well as it typically will give you a little bit more stout braking under heavy loads. So I told you we would talk about kind of some of the upgrades, or I'd show you. A lot of this is for Merchant Automotive. This is that cat micron filter. This is a Sinister diesel. It's not a whole lot more than the cheap one on Amazon. Now, you'll have to take my word for it. I went to put a cheap one on Amazon on one of my personal pickups, and as I threaded it on, this threaded portion broke right off under hand tension. It was not a wrench. And so I will never install one of the, knockoff or no-name brands again. And even like I said, as in holding this, I can feel significant difference. So basically this threads onto that filter housing we're going to rebuild, and then it will accept the cat filter from this point forward. So finer filtration is better for the pump. It's also better for the injectors. It does come with a bolt kit. This is a spacer that has to be installed to set that off of the engine block a little bit. While we're down in the valley of the engine, that is a PPE PCV valve fitting kit. We're going to run over to a catch can. I need to find that here in the shop. I know I have it, but I don't have it here on the table right now. So that'll be part of the installation as well. This here, like I said, Merchant Automotive for your Duramax. You can see kind of the part numbers there. Hopefully it comes through. We are going to basically plug off the turbo resonator or turbo resonator delete plug. Should give a little bit more sound. The young man that's going to be driving this wants to hear things a little bit more. This does come with the plug for the factory filter where the water sensor is. We're not going to be using that, but we are going to be using all the seals inside. Also, Merchant Automotive. This is a pass-through plug for the transmission. It typically has a leak in there or is prone to leakage, so we went ahead and got that. This here is the kit, and that's the thing I love about Merchant Automotive. that is the part number for all of this. You can see fuel hose kit. So these two hook to that fuel filter housing, runs through, I believe it is the fuel injection control module to keep it cool. This is the horseshoe one that we showed you over on the driver's side. And then these three are the fun ones, and there's part numbers for them, but they all came together. These three are down in the very valley of that engine. So we're going to take care of that, along with a ton of power steering service, so we can get that system A serviced and B to quit leaking. So that's what we're going to service here, or the next many hours, as well as service the cooling system while we have this truck apart. But that's what we're going to do on this 2500 HD.